Adlakat Neirot is very important. Lighting the candles on Friday night is extremely important for the woman who lights the candle. Because generally it is accepted that the woman who lights the candles on Friday night accepts Shabbat when she lights those candles. So she's not only doing a mitzvah, which will be reflected in the Shabbos, on the Shabbos table, or on the night of Shabbat, where everybody will be more comfortable and happier about having the light. But she is also determining for herself the time that Shabbat begins. It's important to understand that lighting the candles is a Torah prohibition on Shabbat. You have to light the candles before Shabbat. And it's often true that we don't want to light the candles unless we're ready for Shabbat, because after all, that's what candle lighting is for that woman. She is accepting Shabbat at that time. And so she wants to take a shower and get dressed and be prepared and probably even to daven mincha before she lights the candles. Because suddenly she realizes that it's late, she hasn't done one thing or the other, and she wants to light the candles in a state of proper preparedness for Shabbat. Understand, taking a shower is important, but it's not a chiyuv min Torah. Getting dressed nicely is important. It's mentioned in the Gemara, but it's not a chiyuv midoraisa midrabana. Lighting a fire on Shabbat, that's surely prohibited from the Torah, and therefore you have to make sure that your priorities are set correctly. And if you didn't daven mincha, and you usually do daven mincha, and it's late, and the time for Hadlakat Neirot has come, Hadlakat Neirot comes first. Even if that means that you'll have to daven Mariv before you daven Mincha, and daven Mincha as an additional prayer, that's fine. I mean, it's not fine, but it's the proper way to do it. There's no other way. You have to light the candles first, and then you have to do the other preparations for Shabbat that you have missed out on. There is an exception that she can, if she hasn't done all the preparations for Shabbat, and usually she lights candles early. Very often women light candles before their husbands or their children go to shul, and therefore the husbands and the children have not yet accepted Shabbat. They accept Shabbat, let's say, when you say Mizmor Shil Yom HaShabbat in shul, so that the woman can also, on such a situation, wait until the time of Mizmor Shil Yom HaShabbat in shul, because when she lit candles, it's as though she said to herself, look, I've got to take a shower, I've got to daven mincha, I've got to do whatever it is I have to do. So she did not accept the Shabbat at that time. So we could say that all things being equal, the woman who lights the candles on Shabbat, she accepts Shabbat when she lights the candles. But if there's a special pressure or issue at home, and she doesn't manage to light the candles at the time when she's finished preparing entirely for Shabbat, it's as though she kind of opts out on that Shabbat. That she says, I know that every Shabbat I accept Shabbat at this time when I light the candles, but on this Shabbat, I'm going to accept Shabbat when they accept Shabbat in shul, where they all say Mizmor Shil Yom HaShabbat, which will give me extra time to finish the preparations for Shabbat.